Hello, and welcome to my August 31st, 2024 Sanders Lake Carbine Classic match video. I am mauserdude. I was shooting in dot class for this match, and I used my carbine with my Holosun 510C, and I still have my light on it left over from the night match earlier this year, so you'll see a bunch of that.
Are you ready? Ready.
I started off on stage 5. Stage 5 was unique in a couple ways. It was an unloaded start, so the first magazine had 11, and this one all the targets get 2 to the body, 1 to the head. And it was our typical start with 11 rounds. And the trick was you were not allowed to drop a partially loaded magazine, or you had to retain all your magazines. On this stage, I ended up coming in 8th. I was just down 3. Probably could have hustled a little more, even though this was my best stage of the day. Then it was off to stage 1. Stage 1, you started off real tight up against these barrels, and you'd run down the pit. Slice it by, had some targets down there toward the back of the pit, and then run up, and I think I switched shoulders. Nope, not yet. Slice the pie with these. All these targets get 2, and time my mag change okay there. Switch shoulders. Gauge these 2, and run up and gauge the last 2. This stage, I think I was just slow. I came in 18th. I was just down 2.
Pull forward. That's on safe.
Stage 2 was a fun little stage. You had to do some running and shoot through some ports. So you started off in the back of the pit with your hands on the table. Your carbine is unloaded on the table off to the right there, you can see.
Ready. Stand by.
So at the start signal, you have to run down to the back of the pit, grab a weighted dummy, and I had trouble disconnecting from the chair a little bit and kind of got tangled up with the chair. You had to run back and place the dummy on the table, and it couldn't fall off until your first shot. So then you load your carbine, then you engage this set of targets. This was two headshots. The idea for this stage was to kind of get your heart rate up and make every shot count. Oh, and it was a limited stage too, so you couldn't make up any misses or anything. So you could just be careful, get your time on all your shots. And on this stage, I ended up coming in 13th, my second best stage of the day. I was down 4, I think, with all headshots. That's probably about right. We ended up dropping a few in the corner of the head. Then was off to stage 3. Stage 3 was shooting in and around, or through and around the SUV. So you started off in the back of the pit, and you engaged the first couple of targets through 2 open windows in the SUV. And it was best 2, but I ended up taking a couple extra shots just to get the mag change timed right, and change mags here, and then catch these 2 targets, and then run toward the back of the pit and engage the last one. This stage was the worst of the day for me. It came in 21st. It was just down 1. I think it just wasn't hustling enough, and took a couple extra steps. Stage 4 was a stage I designed. It was all prone. You had to slice the pie while laying down and catch all these targets. And you had to stay on your side of the fault lines too. You couldn't touch any part of the ground on the other side of the fault lines without getting a penalty. We had a lot of complaints about this stage, mostly because it involved getting up and moving around a lot. This is something don't practice. And we actually had it, and here I decided to take a rollover kind of position so that I wouldn't have to use my off shoulder. We actually had a guy in our squad do from this position, an off shoulder mag change. I can't imagine very many people practice that or have ever done that before. And on this stage was my middle of the pack for me. I came in 15th. I was just down 1, so I probably could have shot a little faster, I think. I don't think it moved too much faster, maybe she had a couple seconds off. But as you can see, I came in 15th out of 40 shooters overall, so it wasn't too bad today. It was actually right where I wanted to come in. I told my son I wanted to come in the top 15, and I just squeaked it in, so that was great. And down 11 points for the day, and you can see there was a bunch of people right around where I was. I came in 8th out of 20 in dot class, and we had a pretty wide variety of types of shooters at the match, so it was nice to see. And here's the stage to stage breakdown for myself. You know, 18th, 13th, 21st, 15th, and 8th. And I think the low points down probably means I could have hustled a little bit. And you can tell the big jump was stage 2 and 4 with all the movement really affected people's scores. And as always, thanks to Merrily Gus and Sprinkles for all their help. I couldn't do it without them. I'll see you Brady next time.